Hey, hello my friend. In this video, I want to give you some strategies on how to approach an art gallery, particularly as I'm moving into my new gallery space here at the Promenade in Coconut Creek, South Florida. And since I'm here setting up and working the last couple of days, I want to give you some tips on what artists can do to connect with a local art gallery. It's going to be really good. My name is Sergio Gomez. I'm an artist, curator, gallery owner, author, and co-founder of the Art Next Level program. And my goal with this channel is to make marketing and art business easy so that you can grow your art career, find new opportunities, sell more art, and spend more time creating in the studio. So if you like that, make sure you click on the subscribe button and click on the little bell so that you receive notifications of our future videos. Well, my friend, super welcome to 33 Contemporary Gallery. This is our new home here in South Florida, our second location that we're opening right now. And it is pretty exciting. We've been here only for a couple of days, so it's a mess. Everything is like everywhere. We're just starting to bring in some of the artwork. But I want to take a couple of minutes here really quickly to give you a couple of pieces of advice on approaching an art gallery and perhaps giving you a couple of strategies that maybe you haven't heard in other YouTube videos about approaching galleries. So I'm not going to go to the typical, information that you may find elsewhere. I want to give you a couple of really good strategies that I know I have used myself as an artist, and also I appreciate too as a gallery owner and curator when I have this opportunity to connect with other artists. So I'm going to go right for it. The first thing that you can do as an artist, and it's a really good strategy for a gallery that is in your town, in your area, in your city, that you can actually go to. So here's the strategy. What you want to do is find out at what time is the next opening. So let's say the next opening is at 7 p.m., all right? So this is what happens. Most people who goes to the openings will arrive there like at 8 or 9 p.m., right? They will arrive a little bit later. Hardly anybody shows up on time, particularly if it's on a Friday or a Thursday or on a weekend. It's really difficult for people to get there on time. So what you want to do, which I have done many times, is if the gallery opens at 7, I'm there at 6:30, just kind of in the perimeter, waiting for the gallery to open up. Once the gallery officially opens up, I walk right into the door, and I'm one of the first people to get in the door. So what that does is that will make you notice, right? Everybody looks at who's at the door first. So you may have an opportunity to speak to the curator or the owner or the assistant curator. Depends how big is the gallery, the receptionist maybe. But at least it gives you an opportunity to be noticed and to be seen in a time when most people, haven't really even got anywhere close to the gallery. I remember even particularly there was this gallery that I really, really wanted to visit, brand new gallery, and my wife and I, we went to eat, just a couple shops next door. So that way, as soon as we were done eating, we just kept looking at the gallery. When they opened their doors, like, okay, now it's time to go and walk in. We literally were the first ones to walk in that gallery, and it was awesome. The curator, actually, we met him. He gave us a whole tour of the show, showed us, some of the other works that they had behind the walls, because nobody was there that early, right? And that was pretty nice. So I had an opportunity to connect with that person and get in touch with that person in a more personalized way versus just coming in when the crowd is in, like most artists would do, come in for the whole party. And of course, you will not have an opportunity, to have a conversation or to even get noticed because you are one of the crowd, one of the many. So this is one piece of advice that I've been giving to a lot of artists. It has worked really, really well to connect with the gallery. The more personalized the experience, the better, right? Because, a person that shows up often, shows up on time, or a little earlier, you will always remember that person. Same thing goes for workshops or artist talks. Artist talks are great. So when you are trying to connect with the gallery, besides, going to the openings, a second tip that I want to give you is also look for additional programming. Do they have workshops? Do they have events? Do they have artist talks? Do they have whatever? Sign up for as many as you can, to attend and do the same thing. Go there early and stay also a few minutes after to thank the gallery, to, give them a compliment for that awesome lecture or event that you just attended. What that does is that makes you a person of value in that gallery's community, right? What most artists do, unfortunately, is they go to a gallery that they want to connect, they attend a couple openings, and the first thing is that they want to share their art, right? They want to share their portfolio or their website or their Instagram or something. They want to get reviewed. And if the gallery says no, or the gallery says, I can't, I'm too busy or whatever, they get upset and they never come back. I can't tell you how many artists I've met that way that went to my gallery once and then they disappear forever. Because they're just wanting a quick yes. They want a quick yes. And that leads me to the third tip is patience. Patience is super key when approaching a gallery, when trying to work with a gallery, with a collector, with a director, with a curator. Because patience is how you build relationships. A gallery working with an artist is a relationship, right? You don't just go drop off your artwork and disappear. So, you have to build that relationship slowly, and you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. Just because right now it's convenient for you, that doesn't mean it's convenient for the gallery to review your art. You need to ask the gallery, particularly that's when you also come in early, a few times, you ask when it's appropriate, hey, does your gallery review artists, and what is the process? So you want to hear, you want to know. Don't just assume that sending them an email with 20 pictures is going to do the trick. That gallery may just hit the delete button right away. Every gallery is different. Therefore, you have to treat every gallery individual. Like any other relationship, you treat every one of your friends differently because each one of your friends is different. Even people who are not your friends, people that you interact with, you treat them differently because they are different people. You don't joke around with everybody, right? So that's exactly the same thing. You need to find out and figure out what is the best way for each of the galleries that you are approaching. The last thing I want to comment on is also how galleries find artists. And Artsy.net, which is one of the top online marketplaces for galleries, did a survey about a couple years ago, and they asked galleries from around the world. We participated in the survey too. That's the piece of advice, the question was, how do you find artists? And the top two answers that came at the way top, above everything else were these two. The first one was through other artists or through other people, meaning through referrals. When a friend of yours, refers you to the gallery and the gallery gets to know you because somebody else referred you to it. That's the first one. Again, because it's a relationship-based type of business. The art world moves around people. The second one was, and again, these two were far above everything else, was through Instagram. So that for you, my friend, as an artist, you need to keep that in mind. You need to keep your Instagram active. You need to keep your Instagram attractive. You need to keep your Instagram up to date because it was the second one, not too far away from the referral one. And everything else came way down for all the other things like meeting an artist in an opening or an art studio or a residency program or an exhibition proposal. All that came later. Top two, through other people and through Instagram. So those are very important pieces of advice because that's data. That's not just something I made up. That's what the data says based on the survey that was made to all these other galleries. So, and when I look back, I've been now a gallery owner for over 15 years. 33 Contemporary Gallery started a long time ago. And when I look back at, and think about this piece of advice that I give you, it's true. It all comes down to relationships, to patience, and becoming a person of value. So become a person of value in your community, show up, support your gallery, even if they don't accept your art, because your art is not for everyone either. It's okay, but you become a person of value in your community, and that has so much benefit for what it can do in the long term of your art career. So thank you for watching, my friend. Best of luck. Wish me best of luck here. Have a lot of work to do as we continue setting up this place for our beautiful gallery here at the Promenade at Coconut Creek. And by the way, I always have a free gift for you. So check out my free gift that I have selected for you. Just go to the description of this video or the pin post so you can download my free gift that I have for you. But wait, before you leave this video, if you are an artist who wants to grow your art career and wants to achieve greater success, make sure you check out the Art Next Level program. You will find a link under this video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the next video that we have recommended just for you.